Welcome to our channel. In today's video we explore an inspiring story of sacrifice and courage, where doing the right thing overcomes pain. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on future videos. In a fierce battle, amidst the scattered bullets and the surrounding smoke and fire, there was a soldier who proved that deep inside each person, there is always an invisible source of strength, ready to overcome all challenges. He was not the strongest person, but at the decisive moment he showed his sacrifice and courage to overcome everything. When his wounded comrades fell, the whole world seemed to collapse around him. His resilience did not allow him to abandon them. Even though he was also seriously injured, with a deep wound on his shoulder, he did not hesitate. In just a moment he decided to risk his life to overcome the extreme pain to save a friend. He knelt down, reached out and tightly held his comrade's hand. With each step he took, each pain cut through his body, but he did not stop. Each cold wind blew as if to crush his will, but the eyes of that teammate, eyes of pleading and hope, gave him strength. In the middle of the battlefield, where gunshots intertwined with the screams of soldiers, there was a soldier who still stood firm. Even though his body was covered with countless wounds and blood was pouring down non-stop, his eyes were not worried or afraid at all. Facing physical pain, he had only one goal: to continue fighting, to continue protecting his comrades. A bullet hit him right in the shoulder, blood flowed continuously, but he did not stop. The pain tore through his body, seemingly unbearable, but deep inside him, a strong fire was burning. That fire was not anger, but a strong belief that he could not give up, could not let pain defeat him. No matter how tired or painful he was, he still did not allow his body to gain the upper hand. Every step, every movement carried a fierce struggle between his mind and his body. But he understood that when we have a clear goal and steadfast faith, all physical pain is just a temporary challenge. Not being afraid of pain is not feeling the pain, but when we dare to face it without letting it stop us. He did not let the wound, no matter how serious, stop him from doing what he did. Every step he took forward, every breath in pain, he became stronger. In the midst of a fierce battle, amidst the deafening sound of gunfire and the thick smell of cigarette smoke, there was a soldier who always kept one thing in his heart: to act for the right thing. He did not fight for fame, not for glory or personal gain, but for a noble ideal that he believed in, an ideal that transcended himself. That day, when the battle was at its most intense, a difficult choice was placed before him. His comrades asked him to retreat to protect his life because the risk of being surrounded was very high. But he did not hesitate. He saw innocent people in danger. He knew that if he did nothing, they would be swept away by the destructive waves of war. With everything he had left, he decided to move forward, even though he knew full well that danger awaited. He did not think about himself. Not about life or death. All he cared about was doing the right thing. Do what your conscience demands. You go through physical pain, overcome fear, all for one single belief: if you don't do it right, who will? Amidst the rain of bullets and explosions, there was a soldier standing firm, despite all the chaos around him. He couldn't control the situation. No one could. The storm of war was sweeping everything away: the screams, the hurried footsteps, the wounds and the inevitable deaths. But in his mind only one thing was clear: don't let the situation control your actions. Even though he couldn't control the situation, he still kept his composure. The field in front of him was full of bombs and bullets, the enemy was overwhelming him from all sides, but he didn't let fear take over. He knew that if he let his anxiety and panic take over, everything would be lost. He had to keep his mind to make the right decision in this crucial moment. Unable to change the situation, he decided to act in a way he could control. He didn't think about the lurking danger, didn't look at the things he couldn't change. Instead, he focused on the only thing he could do: keep his mind steady and act on principle. He controlled his steps, every run through the dangerous battlefield, every decision to save his comrade, even though he knew the price could be his life. In that moment, he realized that true power lies not in controlling the situation, but in being able to control himself. When everything around him was falling apart, he understood that the only thing he could control was how he reacted. No matter the war, no matter the pain, no matter the danger, he could still choose how to act. In a never-ending war, amidst the chaos of noise and smoke, there was a soldier who was fighting not with the enemy but with himself. At one point, when the situation became too tense, he realized something that few people could understand: I cannot control the situation, but I can control my reaction. When a bomb exploded not far from him, the shockwave was so strong that he could clearly feel every vibration in his body. Blood flowed from a wound on his arm, but he did not let the pain take over him. In the midst of the panic, when his comrades were screaming and trying to cover themselves, he did not let his emotions explode. Instead of panicking, instead of losing control, he took a deep breath and told himself, "Calm down, be decisive, act." Despite the chaos around him, he understood that at this moment, the only thing he could control was his own reaction. He did not let anxiety or anger control him. Even though the stress almost made him collapse, he kept his feet, still made quick and accurate decisions. He did not let the situation determine his actions. Every step, every moment, he understood that strength does not come from changing the situation, but from the ability to control emotions, to control himself. When the soldier continued to fight, it was not because he was not afraid, but because he understood that fear is just an emotion, and emotions can be controlled. He proved that in the worst circumstances, we can still choose how to react, a resilient, calm and decisive response. This ideal is not only a lesson in war but in our daily lives. When faced with challenges, when difficulties arise, we cannot change the situation. But like soldiers, we can choose how we respond. And it is our control over that response that will determine our strength and success in any difficult situation. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to continue watching interesting content from us. Wish you a great day.